Okay, so let's start with the first house of influence then for you this month. It's 8th house, endings and beginnings. So this house can be endings and beginnings, very much about that, but it can also be about big finance as well. So this would be finance that arises from things like legacies, inheritances, and so on, but also investments, insurances, taxes, banking, accounting, any sort of, large amounts or long-term investments can come up with 8th house. It's also about perhaps handling other people's resources, so that may be a profession for you. It's also the house of sexuality. It's the house of death, as in symbolic, or it can be a physical death, but it also is like symbolic. So this can be the passing away of something and then the starting of something new. That is why it has endings and beginnings. It can also be about regeneration and renewal, something that's coming out of something which kind of ended. Something else comes out of that. So something new comes out of that situation. So now I feel at this time for you, because your astrological guidance to go with it is Grand Trine blessings, and then you have Ostara, which is fertility, coming up for you. So it seems to me that you have something that is closing and something that is opening for you, but it may be difficult for you, but it could also be almost like a completion, or something coming full circle, and you're quite okay with it ending and something new to begin. The 8th house also does cover the nuts and bolts of when you join together with another person in a committed relationship. So that's like a marriage or a long-term committed partnership, but it can also be about business partnerships as well. So it could be that something is changing, or something is a chapter is closing and a new chapter is opening, or you're redirecting something, and it's like a resurrection or a regeneration to create something new out of something that is old. It could be that as well. But with Grand Trine blessings coming up, it is bringing some sort of blessing to you out of this situation. So it may feel a little bit troublesome during the process, but it's going to be for the best. This card is very good for timing. It's very good about you'll be in the right place at the right time. If you need to ask for finance, this is a good card to be having as well. You'll be well received. It's also about having some sort of lucky break or some kind of opportunity to come to you. There will be good flow. There will be harmony. There will be feelings of completion. That's the feeling I get with this, that something is coming to an end and something new is beginning. But it could also just be that something is regenerating or resurrecting from something that has ended. It could also be that you are joining together with somebody. So this is hence the beginning. So you may be closing the door on the past and then going into a new beginning with somebody, in whatever form that may be. And it's a very nice card. It's a very harmonious card. It's a lovely card to be having. It gives you a very good flow and a very good harmony. The only downside with this card is it could be that you become complacent, or things are flowing along quite well and you feel you don't have to apply effort, that you can just sort of drift. But you cannot do that with this. You need to actually anchor the blessing, or you anchor the opportunity to you. You need to really work it to bring it home and make sure that it's well planted within your reality. Don't let things slip. Don't let things get away from you. You have to still keep your hand on the wheel, so that you are steering in the direction of what you want. Because you have got Ostara fertility coming in. It is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. So that's why I say I do feel that there's a completion of something and something new is beginning, and it's a wonderful time for that to be happening. It could be a birth. Possibly you are having a child, or you are birthing something, whether it's a new business or a new relationship. But when I say that, it's more like the relationship is coming together. It's the nuts and bolts of that relationship now. So it's the sharing of the emotional and material resources to make it work, the joining together, whether that's in a love relationship or whether it's in a business partnership. So it's something to do with that, and there's good ideas coming to you, and it's a really good time to be, to be starting something new, or to be bringing fresh ideas in, and to actually create, better conditions for yourself, or new conditions for yourself going forward. It's saying that your manifestations, what it is that you've been working on, could come about in springtime. So depending on where you are in the world, so springtime, or it could be Easter, which will be early next year, but this has a very strong spring element to it. So it could be now for you if you're Northern Hemisphere. For Southern Hemisphere, it will be sort of September, October. So you can get an idea more or less where you're headed with this. But sometimes with planting ideas or putting new conditions in place, it does take a while, once you've planted the seeds, for it to actually grow and mature into something. So think about that. Think about the seeds that you're planting and what you're actually going to be putting together now to go forward. With the next house of influence is the 12th house. So this is the house of the unconscious. And so when I said to you earlier on about sometimes that you may just become complacent, or you may just be inclined to let things go and go with the flow because things are feeling good, they're feeling harmonious, that you're just going to let things unfold by themselves. With this arrangement of cards, yet again, the same message is coming up. Just be careful that you don't become avoidant or letting things just slip away and not actually working at it. That is a possibility with the water element card here and with the 12th house. So this could be like an old habit or an unconscious mechanism that you use or that you fall back on periodically to just, become sort of quiet or sort of to let things just go, to slip through your grasp, or to not actually take action on something. So just be careful that you don't do that, because there will be flow continuing for you, and you need to grasp on to whatever opportunities and blessings come to you and work at them, as I said, to plant them in your reality. The 12th house rules the unconscious. So this is about, your deepest desires, your deepest emotions, your deepest drives and motivations. These can be hidden as well. They may not be fully, you may not have fully integrated them into your psyche, but they're there nonetheless. It's also the house of spending time on your own, retreats, withdrawals, like reflection, meditation, mysticism and healing. And that may be coming in. You may be getting some very important downloads at the moment, or some kind of realizations, perception shifts, and so on, because that is coming to you. We're going to get to that later. So you may be seeing things now that were hidden from you before. You may be seeing things very clearly now, or you're going to have some kind of perception change or some kind of shift in the way that you have been viewing things, and also possibly in the way you've been handling things in the past. You may be getting quite a significant upgrade, and now you're going to be really able to manifest all kinds of things for yourself. And this could be talents. Perhaps your talents and abilities are starting to rise up now. Now you can really utilize those fully. But it could also just be that you're exploring your mysticism and your healing. Your spiritual life could be very active at the moment. And spirituality means many things to different people. So whatever works for you, whatever you're interested in, it could be really activating at this time. Or you could just be using this time to go inward and deal with any deep-seated issues, to sort of process any kinds of endings or closing of chapters and so on. It's also the house of selfless service to others, It can also be dealing with addictions, any kind of addictions. So it really is a very reflective house, and it does kind of cover a large part of our lives, which is not fully conscious. We know they're there, and we do have to deal with them, and they do rise up periodically. It's also the house of karmic lessons, and there's a very strong karmic element to your chart this month. So I feel that somebody or some karmic situations are coming into your life. The 12th house is also the house of meeting twin flames. So and there is full indication here that somebody may be coming into your life, which you have had past lives with, or a past life with, or there's a very strong bond with this person. And, there's a reason why they're coming into your life. They're going to activate certain things for you. You're going to activate certain things for them. And it's going to be a very rich and rewarding relationship. It's up to you whether it's going to be long-term or not. So you will have to determine that and all that goes with that. But nonetheless, it's a very important relationship that's coming to you. Or it could be the rising up of karmic situations, karmic lessons, but also situations which I feel may get resolution now, because you've got a lot of indications in your chart that you're going to find resolutions, you're going to get new perspectives, and many things will be settled in your mind and in your unconscious self. And this is plumbing the depths of all of that as well. So just see how that goes for you. The astrological guidance is water element sensing. This is the card of sensing, going with your emotions as opposed to your logic, going with the flows, your instinct, your guidance, your intuition, and so on. It's all about that. It's about harnessing your artistic abilities or your creative abilities and putting those to good use. You may want to tackle various types of artistic pursuits at this time, while you're taking your time out, your withdrawal, your retreats, your times in reflection and solitude, and so on. So it's all about that. It is also about when you do go into these quiet phases, to gather your energy and your resources, because you may be feeling a little bit tired, or just like you haven't got the energy to expend on too many things, and that's a pause period. So that's fine. Take time out, do a little bit of a retreat, or just spend time on your own to gather your wisdoms and your resources, and just to think and plan and rest and dream and do all of those sorts of things, do your creative things, to harness all of that, so that when you are needing to take action, you have everything ready. So it's that pause period where you gather everything you need. So that may be entirely appropriate, but it is also when you're doing that, you need to also just make sure that your boundaries are in place, because you're a Piscean and because you have water in your chart, and this is the water element. Just be sure that you're not being taken advantage of while you're in those quiet, calm waters, or while you are feeling particularly compassionate, which is what the water element can do as well. So keep your boundaries strong. Don't allow people to take advantage of you while you're in that calm, quiet phase, that reflective period. And that compassionate sort of side of yourself is being displayed. As I said, there are karmic situations going on. You may have to resolve a few things or deal with a few things. So just make sure your boundaries are good, so that you can follow your intuitions, be clear about what your intentions are, and so on. And if you need to take time out, then you take time out to deal with whatever it is that you need to do. So a lot of karmic things going on, a lot of water. Spending time near water is going to be very beneficial for you during this phase, and that's being reflected during this other card, which is the Goddess Guidance. This is Maeve, Cycles and Rhythms. Do whatever it is you need to do to really detox and cleanse your body, cleanse your mind, to refresh. Basically, that's what it is you need to do as well. This card is also very good, as I said, for bringing people into your life, or a special someone into your life. It can do that. And this can be a very, very beneficial relationship, a very deep relationship in whatever form. If it's a love relationship, that's wonderful, but it may also just be a really good, wonderful soulmate for you at this time. Or it's the advent of your tribe, the people that you resonate with and that you like and that get you, that can also come in with this. The Maeve card is cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So that goes very well with this situation here, where it's saying to you that when you need to take time out to retreat and withdraw, then make sure you do that. Rest. Pray, meditate, spend time in seclusion, do whatever it is that you like to do to enhance your body, so the self-care must be strong, the sea salt baths, whatever it is that you like to do to enhance your body and detox. Look after your body, take really good care of yourself during this period, and if you're tired, rest. Take time out to do whatever it is you need to do to harness as much energy and make sure that you're prepared for when you do have to take action. This is all about that, honoring your body, honoring your emotions. If you need to put a boundary in and say no to somebody, then that's what you must do. If you feel you need to contribute in some way to be of service to others, then you can help them as well. So it just depends. You've got to follow your instincts, follow your emotions, and just go with it. But always honor yourself first. Honor your body, honor your emotions, honor your feelings. And there's an opportunity coming to you as well, whether that's, and this is brought in by this card as well, the Grand Trine Blessing, some sort of opportunity is coming to you. Just make sure that whatever does come for you, that you're ready to take it, and that you take it. Whatever, because you've got fertility coming here, so there's some kind of something that's coming to you which you can capitalize on. You could be birthing something or birthing new ideas or even, conceiving. So it just depends. Make sure that you're honoring your body and that you are ready to take any opportunity that comes to you, because you are going to have to work at it to anchor that opportunity down for yourself. Last house of influence here is the first house. This is the body. So, as I said, if you are conceiving and you are going to be having a child, then really this is going to be really radically important for you. Look after yourself, honor your cycles and rhythms, honor the cycles of your body, your emotions, everything that's going on. Spend time on your own if you need to, just to process. But it could also be, if you're not necessarily in that phase, then this is about the physical body itself. Also, your vitality, your life force, your energy levels, also your personality and your characteristics, what it is that other people see when they see you, whatever you're projecting at any given moment as well. So what you're projecting outwards, what they see when they perceive you. It's also your self-oriented interests, everything that concerns yourself, your body. It's also about your personal independence, how you're making your way in the world, how you're meeting the world on a daily basis, everything to do with that, your attitudes, how you're presenting yourself to others at this time. So your appearance also comes in under this card, how you look. You may be changing that at this time, or you may be just changing the way you perceive the world. And so, people are going to pick that up when they meet you or when they see you now. They're going to notice some subtle shifts going on. Everything to do with the first house is the body. Underneath you have Uranus Genius. So this is really quite a strong card. This card can come out in many different ways. It really depends on where you are and who you are in your life. So yes, it is also about changes, big, really important changes, sometimes very swift, sometimes very abrupt, that could be coming in for you. But I feel, yes, it could be a shift or a change. Perhaps because it's the body and it concerns yourself, you may be relocating in some way, whether that's relocating physically or relocating your environment in some way. Perhaps the place that you have spent most of your time is now changing. Perhaps you're spending more time in your home than you were at work, or perhaps you are relocating where you're working, or you're relocating physically where you live. But it also can be very much about a shift in perception, a realization, some really important realization comes to you. Because this is a leap in consciousness, this card. It could be a really important download that you're receiving, or suddenly the veils have been lifted from how you view things, and now you're seeing things really clearly, or you're able to see the shifts in humanity, which we are all seeing, the shifts in the world at the moment. Suddenly things are starting to make sense for you, or you're noticing things. It can be all of that. So leap in consciousness, some kind of shift, perception, reality, the way you think. Your intuitions could be super sharp. You could be getting a serious upgrade for your intuitions and your perception of things. All of that comes in for this card. It can also be that you're being exposed to more technology right now, upgrades in that, or science. You could be undertaking studies in science, or you're learning more about that. Science fiction, physics, anything to do with science comes in.